All right, let's do a little bit of what I'm loving right now, which is shoulders before I hand it over to Cheryl. So we've done this kind of stuff before, but what I want you to focus on right now is a rotation. When we rotate our thumbs down to the ground, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. So here I'm nice and open in my chest. As I turn my thumbs down, my shoulder blades squeeze and back. Feel the squeeze and open. Now bring palms all the way up to the ceiling and all the way back. And up and squeeze. Release and squeeze. For 8, squeeze. And last 6. I can feel my shoulder do a little 5. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 4. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Shake, shake. I'm really warm now, so I hope you are too, because I can really feel it. Okay, so let's take it up a notch. So now my arms are here in a nice, I'm kind of saying like a W, or like a V. So I'm here like this, and now what I want us to do is rotate down. But but the tendency is to be like this. So can you keep your shoulders down and just do it like that? And see how far, this is rotator. Yeah, ouch, right? For me anyway. Open as wide and rotate. There it is, everyone. It's a simple, simple movement, but we are all probably tight, especially right now. And let's go for 8. And I think you can feel the heat. 7. That's it. 6. Beautiful. 5. You're going maybe a little bit further. Maybe they're getting really tired. Open wide. 4. If you feel this like I do, we need to do it more. 3. 2. And last 1. Awesome. You know how we do a lot of shoulder shrugs in our aerials, and I'm going to hand it over to Cheryl right after this, but I want you to try something on the ground for me. So, this is my last little test for you, and then it goes to Cheryl. But what I want you to do, if you can see me here, I'm in that position. This is a great one for those shoulders. And what I'm going to try to do now, I'm here in my kind of an L shape. Can you lift your shoulders, elbows off the ground and back down? It's elbows up and down. We're just going to do 5. And you can play with this one later. 4. 3. 2. And last 1. That's just a little fun one to kind of play with at home. Another one, you can go against a wall. We'll do this next week, and we can lift our shoulders off. So I'd like to do a little bit more shoulders next week. But for now, I'm going to hand it over to Cheryl.
Okay, so I'm going to do splits because that's what Olivia wanted to do. And I'm also going to do a bit of cardio first because that's really important when we go back to doing aerials and we make routines and stuff. We're all going to be tired after we do one pose. So we got to make sure we keep our cardio and strength build up. So we're going to do 3 exercises in order. It's jumping jacks, then high knees, and then squats. It sounds easy, but we're going to add a little challenge. We're going to do 8 to this wall all the way around until we get back facing this way. And then we're going to go down to 4, and then 2, and then 1. So we're going to do 8 jumping jacks, then 8 high knees, then 8 squats, all the way around each wall in your room. And then we're going to go down to 4, 2, and 1. Okay. So let's get started first with the jumping jacks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch walls. 6, 7, 8. Switch. 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 Now we're on to high knees. So we'll do 2 steps in each do 8 steps on each wall. 1, 2. Switch. Keep your knees up. Don't let them drop. Last one. Keep going. Now we're doing 8 squats. Make sure your butt and hips stay back. This will warm up our hamstrings. Switch. So when we stretch our splits, we'll be able to go extra far. Switch. Switch. Hope you're feeling the burn. Now we're on to 4. So 4 jumping jacks in each wall. Switch. 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 High knees. 4 steps. Switch. 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 4 squats. Switch. 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 Now we're on the 2. Jumping jacks. Switch. 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 High knees. 1, 2. Switch. And 2 squats. 1, 2. Last round, make it count. 1 jumping jack in each wall. Let's go. Now 1 step. And 1 squat. Make it count. Really try to go deep in your squat. Really try to set your butt back. Awesome. Okay, now get some water. That's probably a lot. And then hope you're all out of breath like me. And then we'll find ourselves on our mat to do our splits. Okay, so we'll start by lying on our backs. And we'll do, like on Tuesday, we'll do the hip exercises. So one leg is bent or straighten, the other's up, and you're gonna do 8 circles one way and 8 circles the other way, and then we're gonna switch legs. So and switch direction. And switch legs. Bring your other leg up, then either extend or bend your other leg. We'll start with 8 circles one way. And then switch direction. Good, and then windshield wiper your hips. Just work them side to side. Good. Now come up on one knee. I always start with my non-performance split side because it's always tighter. So for me, that's my right leg on top. And first you're going to tuck your hips under like this, and then bring whatever legs on bottom arm up by your ear. And then you're really gonna tuck your hips forward and then lean forward slightly to feel the hip in your bottom leg's hip flexor. And you can move your hips kind of side to side, really feel the stretch. And then we're gonna deepen our lunge. So we're like in this position, still tucking our hips towards the wall in front of you. And really pull your shoulders back and down so you have a nice open chest. Then you're gonna straighten your front leg and windshield wiper your foot and rock it side to side to really warm up each individual hamstring. And then even front and back. Now we're gonna inhale and flatten our backs. And then exhale and bring your nose to your knee. We're just gonna chill out here. You can still windshield wiper your foot. My hamstrings are pretty tight. And now we're going to hold our splits for 45 seconds because I don't want to run out of time. So slide into your splits. Here, really try to keep your hips square so you don't want to open like this. You really want to tuck your back leg under and slide down. And walk your hands back a couple steps so your chest is nice and open. And think about pulling your pinky toe to the ground so we don't have any sickled feet. And point your toes, of course. All right, doing great, hopefully. And then everyone take one more deep breath in. And then try to sink further down to splits for our last 10 seconds. And come out. We can windshield wiper our legs again to make our hips feel better. Good, now let's do that whole sequence again on our other side. So now my left leg is on top and my right leg is on bottom. So we'll start again with that nice push of our tailbone forwards. And some people might be able to feel the hip flexor stretch here, but I can't. I have to put my arm above my head by my ear and lean forward slightly. And then we can make our lunge deeper. So we're more of this kind of stretch. Make sure your hips aren't open, they're still square, pointing towards the wall in front of you. And make sure your chest is nice and open, so you really get a deeper stretch in your hip flexor. And bring your hips back and straighten that front leg. Start with your windshield wiper of your front foot. Then front and back. Then inhale. Exhale, bring your nose to your knee. Really try to keep your back flat here. It stretches your hamstrings more at the top, which will allow you to get into your splits further. Let me get my timer here, and then we're going to go for another 40 seconds. So slowly slide into your splits. Really keep your hips square so you don't want to be open. Really want to tuck that back leg under. Walk your hands back. And really try to point your front toe and pull your pinky toe to the ground so your feet aren't sickled. And then try to walk your hands back if you can. Try to keep the open chest. 10 more seconds, so take a nice deep breath. And then exhale and go even further in your splits. If you can, the last 5 seconds, take your hands off if you want. And good job, everyone. So I have like Oh, I still have a bit done. Okay, we're into a wiper, and we'll do middle splits. We'll start with a nice frog stretch. So like this. And really you want to make sure your hips aren't too back or too forwards. You want to make sure they're aligned nice with your knees, I guess. And then I kind of like to rock kind of slowly front and back, side to side, because I have pretty tight hips for middle splits. So we'll just hold this for a minute total, 30 seconds like this, and then we'll put one leg out and do the other leg straight. So let's chill here for 30 seconds-ish. Or you can do middles the whole time if you want. I don't have good enough middle splits for that yet. And really try to breathe in and sink your hips down further. Halfway there, so if you want to straighten one leg out, you can. Then I'll tell you when it's time to switch legs if you want. Or you can stay in froggy, or you can stay in full middle splits. Totally up to you. Okay, if you have one leg out, switch to the other side. Now everyone, slide into middles for 15 seconds. You got this. Keep breathing. We're almost done. 5 more seconds. You got this. We're almost done. And slide out onto your belly and bring your legs behind you and do the reverse windshield wiper. And that is the splits. So I guess I'll pass back on to Anna. That's all I have for today.